What up? This is John bringing to you guys another episode of CryptoTipJar. I know I haven't uploaded in 3 days. I've been kind of just lazy, just like a bum for this past week because I'm on spring break. But and for that, today I'm going to be talking about two main topics, and it's going to be the first one's going to be about core positions, and the second topic, second tip that I'm going to be talking about today is dollar cost averaging. So let's get started. So core position. So core position is basically your very first position that you take on a coin. The very first buy that you fulfill with a coin. So, for example, you want to buy some Bitcoin and you've never had Bitcoin before. So if you buy Bitcoin now, you'll have a good core position on Bitcoin. You can add or subtract to this core position depending on the state of the market. If you make profit, if you have losses, if you want to cut your losses. But the important thing about core position is that you you always have to have a core position on what you think is the most important coins in your portfolio, the most valuable coins that'll actually deliver, the really long term hold coins. You must have a core position on, and you cannot take all your position on that coin. So that is what we call a core position. The Discord chat is being annoying. I'm gonna go quit it right now. But yeah, so I have three ways that I myself determine what is a good core position to take on a coin. But in contrast to this, personally, when I see a coin that's a really good project, and I know for a fact that it's going to be at least a 5 year long-term hold for 5 years, I don't care. I just buy the coin immediately. But three things that I consider every time I'm considering to take a core position on a new coin is number one, the ICO price. You have to check the ICO price of the coin on whether you're going to be paying a premium or a discount at the current price of the coin. Uh, Number two, you have to look at the current state of the market. Is it a bear market or is it a bull market? For the most part, the best time to get a lot of core positions on coins is during a bear market. Obviously, like right now, I have a lot of core positions on coins, but one mistake that I made is I bought them all too early and I didn't dollar cost average, which is going to be my second point that I will bring up later, or my second tip that I'll bring up later. But yeah, you have to look at the current state of the market, whether it's bull, whether it's bear, and see if you're gonna get these coins at a discount, because the best way to get a good core position is to get the coin at a discount, obviously. And but even though if you don't and you still know that the coin is a long-term hold, I would rather take the short-term, mid-term, 80%, 50%, 60 to 80% losses, but the long-term 500%, 600%, 700% gain, um, as long as I know that the coin is trustworthy. Number three, um, so yeah, just if you're iffy with buying, dropping a spear immediately and buying the coin then and there, you can set up a close lure or a kind of a deep lure in bear markets. It depends on the market, what kind of lure you set, really. But in a bear market like this, I would drop a lot of, if I want to get good core positions, I would drop a lot of deep lures and kind of just ride big buy walls and just be patient. Like number four is patience. So you have to be patient because getting a good core position is important for um, your risk management, so you don't take as much losses when the coin does go down. And altcoins tend to be really volatile to the point where you can lose a lot of money within a short period of time, and it'll definitely mess with your emotions, especially if you're a new trader. So just be patient, drop that lure, or if you're not patient, then drop that spear. Um, but either way, if you really believe in the coin, you have to get a core position on it as soon as possible. I'm gonna add that. because getting a core position is better than having no position at the coin when it moves, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, let's go back to my second tip. My second tip today is dollar cost averaging. So what is dollar cost averaging? According to Investopedia, dollar cost averaging is an investment technique of buying a fixed dollar amount of a particular investment on a regular schedule. This doesn't have to be the case. You don't have to be on a regular schedule when you dollar cost average with the crypto markets because it moves so fast, and you you kind of have to dollar cost average based on what the market is doing. For example, you attain a core position in a coin and it goes down 20% the next day. You decide to buy more the next day because it went down 20%, and then 2 days later it goes down 40% more, and you were not expecting this. And but if at that time you followed a daily schedule of just buying a coin, you you would have as good of a position as if you followed the market trends. I think in terms of dollar cost averaging, you have to follow the market trends, and it depends on you when you are going to buy next. For example, for me, in terms of altcoins, for the most part, I tend to not. I tend to get a core position and really just let it sit there unless it goes down, 40, 50, 60%. I'm not gonna buy more unless it goes down at least 50, 60%. Oh, at the sometimes I buy more when it's down 40% for my initial purchase, but for the most part, I try to really just to let the dip. Like I don't rush the bounce because I know for a fact that when you think it's done dipping, it's probably gonna dip more, and if you're really emotional with it, it's hard to stick to your strategy of buying more when it's at rock bottom, because what you're trying to do with dollar cost averaging basically is to catch rock bottom, because once it hits rock bottom and you know for a fact it's a reliable project, it's going to bounce really hard, and that might be the start of a market trend reversal for that specific project. So yeah, in terms of dollar cost averaging, I personally um, don't buy unless I'm down another 40%, especially in terms of altcoins. With Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, I think you have to do it less, but I don't really dollar cost average those three because those three are my main long term long term hedges for the most part. But yeah, dollar cost averaging really will help you lower your risk and really help you cut your losses, especially in a bear market like this. It's a really good technique that you can use along with getting a good core position, and dollar cost averaging will just help amplify your core position and help your position be better in terms of uh, it'll help your core position, it'll improve your core position is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, those are my two tips for the day: getting a good core position and dollar cost averaging. Again, thank you for my 40 subscribers that are still subscribed to me. I love you guys. I hope I get more. I don't know. Spread the word, subscribe, like if you like my content. I know I'm a pretty kind of like a newbie investor at this point. I'm just sharing my journey, sharing some tips that I personally have learned and am personally using. I will continue to learn, stop being lazy over my spring break. But yeah, those are two things, two tips for the day. Peace.